Alright. Is it too high? Is your head painful? Okay. Is it like it's too high like that? It's okay. Can relax. Okay, so can relax. Okay. Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay. We will start with siwak. Siwak, siwak, siwak. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Everyone has siwak. Okay. So everybody online, you all doa and doa and doa and selawat and selawat and selawat that the internet is okay. Okay? People online. Now, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma bayyid bihi asnani wa thabbit bihi lihai wa shudda bihi lisati wa asih bihi lisani wa asibni alayhi wa barik bihi ya rabbal alamin. Amin. InsyaAllah. Oh, today people on Tarim they have full attendance siwak. 100%. Yay. Ah, right? 100% siwak, right? I green. Because I'm wearing a prayer kamis. Like berapa pink underneath and my baju is pink. So today people of Tarim have 100% attendance siwak. MasyaAllah, 100% attendance. People in Singapore, what's your siwak attendance? People in Singapore? People in Singapore? What is your siwak attendance? Is it 100%? Where is this people in Singapore? Put your thumbs up if you have 100% siwak attendance. 100% or not your siwak attendance? Did anybody bring their siwak? Huh? Oh, Fatimah's not coming. Fatimah and Zahra, they're at home. Dia there, their name? Fatimah and Zahra binti Nadir Khan. There? Fatimah and Zahra bin Nadir Khan. That means they're at home lah. They're not here. They're not coming today. Okay. People in Singapore, you're bringing a siwak or not? Are you all using your siwak? I don't know if they're bringing their siwak. Let's see. Do you all have your siwak? None of them have their videos on. Then Fatima and Zahra have their siwak. Okay. And then others, I don't know if they all have their siwak. Okay, never mind. Okay, Atar. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma salli wa sallim ala Sayyidina Muhammadin al-Tayyibil Mutayyab. Assalamualaikum Amal. Assalamualaikum Aisyah. Al-Habibil Muqarrab. وعلى آله وصحبه وبلغنا بجاهه كل مقصود ومطلب اللهم صل وسلم على سيدنا محمد الطيب المطيب الحبيب المقرب وعلى آله وصحبه وبلغنا بجاهه كل مقصود ومطلب اللهم صل وسلم على سيدنا محمد الطيب المطيب الحبيب المقرب وعلى آله وصحبه وبلغنا بجاهه كل مقصود ومطلب. Okay, Alhamdulillah. Let's read Surah Fatiha. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل يا حبيبتي يا سيدي يا فاطمة يا بنت رسول الله صلاة الله وسلامه أتمنى أكمل على أبيك وأمك وعليك وعلى زوجك وابنيك ومن والاكم لله يا حبابتي يا سيدتي يا فاطمة يا بنت رسول الله صلاة الله وسلامه أتمنى أكمل على أبيك وأمك وعليك وعلى زوجك وابنيك وعلى من والاكم لله يا حبابتي يا سيدتي يا فاطمة يا بنت رسول الله صلاة الله وسلامه أتمنى أكمل على أبيك وأمك وعليك وعلى زوجك وابنيك وعلى من والاكم لله في كل لحظة أبدا عدد خلقه ورضا نفسه وزنة عرشه ومداد كلماته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. نويت التعلم وتعليم وتذكر وتذكير ونفع والانتفاع والإفادة والاستفادة والحث على التمسك بكتاب الله وسنة رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ودعاء إلى الهدى ودلالة على الخير ابتغاء وجه الله ومرضاته وقربه وثوابه سبحانه وتعالى مع لطف وعافية برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين آمين. Yes. Door is open big. Make it ajar. Make it ajar. It's a little bit, not so big. The wind opened it, is it? Is it the winner? Okay, Alhamdulillah. Okay, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. Today is our last lesson for Sayyidah Khadijah. And then my husband bought for you all some Friday treats. Because our last lesson today, right? Because next week is Ramadan, right? Yeah. Next week, next week, next week. Next week is Ramadan. Wednesday, is it? Wednesday or Thursday, right? You're going Sunday, she's going to go out, right? Ramadan is next Wednesday or Thursday, right? They will see the moon, right? It's next Wednesday or Thursday is Ramadan. At night, next Tuesday night or next Wednesday night is already Taraweeh. Already Taraweeh. So fast Ramadan. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Okay, Alhamdulillah. Tamam. Okay, let's continue with our class. So the last lesson, you were at the first part and second part, right? And today we'll finish the lesson and we will also read a little bit about the book that I am writing about Sayyidah Khadijah. Okay, right, inshallah. Hmm? What do you mean? Sayyidah Khadijah book. No, we'll see how it goes. Okay. Mhm. Yeah, it's the last class before Ramadan. Okay. Tamam. Okay, I'm gonna mute everybody. Okay. Tamam. Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Oh, my dear sisters, come gather round, come close. Would you like to know about a woman whom I love most? Such a fine example she was, she is to all women in the world. So come and learn about this precious gem, this hidden pearl. Her name was Sayyidah Khadijah. Her name was Khadijah, a Sayyidah Khadijah. We say to honor her for she is like a mother to us, whom we respect, love, and revere. She was the first wife of the Prophet, the one to him most dear. When he received the first revelation, she held him, easing his fear. We took that one right yesterday. On Wednesday. Right, doing beneficial things is strength. People who waste their time all the time, they are weak people, right? People who have goals in life, they know what they want to do. They want to memorize Quran, or they want to score very well for their for school, or they want to call people to Islam, or they want to make sure they're the most helpful person in the house. Right? They have goals, right? It's called goals, right? Like you want something very high and very good. And Sayyidah Khadijah was the highest thing that she aimed to be. What was the thing she aimed to be, Sayyidah Khadijah? To have strength, but to be what? A very high goal, Sayyidah Khadijah. When she heard about it, she said, I'm going to be that person. The wife of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And she knows it's going to be difficult. It's going to, because a prophet will go through difficulty, right? And didn't she go through difficulty? Before Islam, everybody honored her, everybody loved her. Her life was easy before Islam. After Islam, what happened? Like give out all the money, right? No money left, and then got there was the boycott, right? They stopped giving food to them. They suffered for 3 whole years, right? Suffered in the boycott, right? Difficult, right? Climb up the mountain to give Nabi Muhammad some food, correct? Right? So to be the wife of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu, is it easy? It's not easy. But did she ever complain? Never complain, right? She was always smiling, and that is what made her strong. Correct? That is what made her strong. Not a single time she frowned at Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Not a single time she got upset. Not a single time she complained. Is that being very strong? Super strong, right? Can you imagine that you go through what is, maybe try 1 week. 1 week of not complaining and not frowning. Can or not? Can you do 1 week? It's so hard. How about 1 day? 1 day can. 1 day, the whole day be happy. Be happy the whole day. Can or not? Can. Do we do that so easily? Let's try it, okay? Let's try. Okay, we're going to be like Sayyidah Khadijah. We're going to aim every day. Say, today I'm not going to frown. Today I'm not going to complain. Today I'm not going to grumble and grumble and grumble. Okay, today I'm going to be the happiest person in the house. Okay, so every day you think to yourself and see if you can reach 1 week being like that. 1 whole week, 7 days. Not even as your mother is thinking, MashaAllah, this girl has stopped complaining. MashaAllah, she's always super happy. MashaAllah. And if your mother asks, why are you always super happy? Because I'm following Sayyidah Khadijah. Right? I want to be like her. She's a happy light in the house, right? A happy pill. They call it a happy pill. A happy light in the house. Everyone who sees her, they light up and they love that she's there. You don't want to be the person that when you come into the room, everybody looks, this person always complaining, always. But you want to be that when you come to the room, she came, Alhamdulillah, the bright light and the happy, happy person, right? You want to be that person, right? That everybody's happy that you came, right? Not that people think, alamak, this person, oh no, this person, always make people upset. Because she's a grouchy, grouchy person. Right? I don't want to be a grouchy person, okay? No grouchiness, okay? Happy, that's called being strong. And that is called being strong. She didn't care to be like other people. She was happy being different. Even if that meant and if that meant doing what is right. Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. Okay, yesterday we went to this story. I want to actually there are more stories I want to tell you. Right, I didn't draw them because I didn't have time to draw. Right, but inshallah I'll just tell the stories. Okay, so the first to believe in him, to support him with herself and wealth, she comforted him, loved him, and stood by him in illness and health. Did she ever abandon Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Never. And did she ever say, I am tired of this? Did she ever say that? Never. Did she ever say that, before I married you, it was so much easier? Did she ever say that? Never, ever, ever say that, right? Right? But she made him feel so happy, right, to be with her that even after she passed away, did he ever forget her? Never, right? Do you want to be that person? That people remember you until forever? And no matter how long ago you pass away, people still remember you. Right? Do you know Habib Omar's mother, Haba Zahra? Until now, people remember how good she was. Even though she passed away 8 years ago, people still remember her because she was a good person. When you're good people, people remember you even after you pass away, right? Right? And Sayyidah Khadijah, she passed away how long ago? More than 1,400 years ago, okay? Sayyidah Khadijah, right? More than 1,400 years ago, she passed away. And do we still remember her? We still remember? Do we still love her? Right? Will she know that there will be people later on, more than 1,000 years later, people who will be in Singapore, in Britain, in South Africa, in Indonesia, in Malaysia, all over the world, they will all be saying Sayyidah Khadijah, Sayyidah Khadijah, Sayyidah Khadijah. Do you think she ever imagined that? That the whole world will know about her? Right? She never imagined that, right? Like, because to her, she's just at home with Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and she's doing what she knows how to do. But now the whole world knows about her. Amazing, right? Amazing, right? And so many women love her. Sayyidah Khadijah. Inshallah, later on you read a story that I wrote. Right? Inshallah, will write more about this story. For him, she bore 6 children, 2 sons and 4 daughters. As such, his love for her only got stronger through the years. Okay, Sayyidah Khadijah, right? Sayyidah Khadijah, who are the 6 children of Sayyidah Khadijah from Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? First one. First one. was the first son of Sayyidah Al-Qasim. And then, in order, Al-Qasim. I see people online. Do they know or not? Well, who is number two of Nabi Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's children? Yes, Zainab. Al-Qasim, Zainab. Ruqayya, Kulthum, Fatima, and Abdullah. Abdullah is the last one. Okay, Abdullah is six. Yeah. Qasim, Al-Qasim, Zainab, Kulthum, Ruqayya, Kulthum, Fatima, and Abdullah. Al-Tahir, Al-Tayyib. Tamam. So in Sayyidah Khadijah, you know who drew this book or not? Like, you know, my sister drew the book. See, the Sayyidah Fatima Zahra book, my sister drew. The Sayyidah Khadijah book, and she also drew the book. She's the one who drew all the books. Okay, so first to believe in him, to support him with herself and her wealth. When Nabi Muhammad SAW first got the message. So the last lesson, right, I spoke about how a man came to the Kaaba, right? And the man, it was when Nabi Muhammad SAW was first born. And the man said, "Oh woman of Quraysh, oh woman of Quraysh, the star of Ahmad was seen last night. That means the last prophet has been born. If you can be his wife, be his wife." Right? And the other women, they were offended. You know why it's offended or not? It means they were upset as if you insulted them. They say, "What kind of talk is this telling us to get married?" Don't tell us to get married. Right? Go away, get out. You know, they told them, "Get lost, go away." Right? They chased the man away, but Sayyidah Khadijah was listening. The man speaks about a last prophet. And she's thinking to herself, "I'm going to find him and I'm going to marry him." Right? And then she went to learn from her cousin Waraqah bin Nawfal. Correct? All about Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Then she heard about a Sadiqul Amin. Who is a Sadiqul Amin? Now, but who is it? Nabi Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. She heard about a man named Muhammad. And everybody calls him a Sadiqul Amin. It means he is the truthful and the trustworthy. These are the traits of prophets, right? Prophets don't lie. So she called her slave boy, who? Who's the slave boy? Maisara, right? Maisara. So Maisara, right? Follow Muhammad on a trip. Observe him. I want a full report. Right? She said that, right? So after the entire trip, oh, Maisara saw so many things, right? That he saw. What are the things that he saw? Do you remember? What did he see? The cloud, the tree. And then when he was buying and selling, so much profit, right? So much money come in. Barakah never lied anything. Not a single lie. Did not take the money and put in his pocket, right? And cheat Sayyidah Khadijah, right? Sayyidah Maisarah saw other men doing that when they buy and sell, some of the money they put in their pocket. Sayyidah Khadijah won't know it, right? Sayyidah Khadijah is in Mecca. She can't see what the people are doing in the marketplace at Sham, right? So some of them they cheat. They take the money, they put in their own pocket. When they buy and sell, right? People buy the things, right? The Sayyidah Khadijah know that if maybe he kept the money himself, the person who is selling the things for her, you won't know, right? Like if they say you give me something, Ustazana, I give you something, can you sell for me? So I didn't tell you how much I sold it for. Maybe I went and I sold it, right? Okay, maybe not me, maybe somebody else, right? Maybe a crook man, okay? Took your thing and sold it in the market. Maybe he sold it for $10, right? But he kept $2 and he went back and said, "Hey, I sold it for $8. Now here's your $8." Cheating, right? He kept $2 himself, right? Then tell you how much he actually sold it for, right? So will you believe him? You just believe. You say, "Oh, okay, thank you." Right? Oh, so other people would do that. They would cheat. This got cheating, right? Nabi Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam never, not even 1 cent he took. Everything he gave to Sayyidah Khadijah. Right? Then Sayyidah Khadijah gave him some money for his work. She will give him some money for his work. Right? So now she's thinking to herself, it's him. Correct? It's him, right? It's him, it's him. How do I get myself married to him? What did she do? Nafisa, her friend, right? Her friend actually came to her house and she was thinking and thinking and thinking about how to get herself married to Nabi Muhammad. So now she's a girl, right? She wants to marry him. Correct. And Nafisa came. And Nafisa said, "Oh, Khadija, I see that you are preoccupied. That means you have something on your mind. You're thinking about something. What is it? And Sayyidah Khadijah said, I want to get married. And she said, huh? You want to get married? Hey, Ibrahim, we want to get married. I want to get married. And then she said, anyone that you want to get married to? Then Sayyidah Khadijah said, Muhammad bin Abdullah. I want to marry him. And Sayyidah Nafisa said, I will handle it for you. What a good friend, eh? Right? Don't worry about it. I will handle. So she went to Rasulullah straight away, straight to Rasulullah. Right? And at that time, Nabi Muhammad was 25 years old, a young man. So she went there straight and she said, Oh, Muhammad, you're a young man. Why aren't you married? Well, straight away, right? Ask the question straight. Why are you not married? You're a young man, what? Are you not married? And Nabi Muhammad said, I'm poor. I have no money. How to get married? I can't pay for for a wedding and marry somebody and everything. You need money to get married. I have no money. And then Sayyidah Nafisa said, what if I told you that a woman who is beautiful outwardly in her face and also inwardly in her character, I said the best woman, also rich, good character, very pious and righteous, would like to marry you. And would you want to marry her? Would you want to marry her? And Nabi Muhammad SAW said, who? Right? Who? And Nafisa said, Khadijah. Would you be interested to marry Khadijah? And Nabi Muhammad SAW said, how? How can I marry her? She's somebody so mashallah. And when Nabi Muhammad SAW is more mashallah, right? But he will see, she's so mashallah, she's so amazing. How am I supposed, how me, this poor person, marry her, so rich? How can I marry her? And then Sayyidina Nafisa said, I will handle it. Because she knows that I don't marry Nabi Muhammad SAW, right? Don't worry, right? Alaya af'al. Alaya fa'af'al. She said, I will do it. I will handle it. Right? She went to Khadijah. Khadijah, good news. He's interested. See, so easy, right? Nafisa, what a good friend, right? She straight away make sure, okay, my friend wants to get married to this person. I ask him, he's okay. Can I marry? Let's marry. Says, oh, Khadijah, he's interested. Talk to your uncle. I will speak to him and ask him to talk to his uncle. Has passed away, right? Remember, he passed away and he left all the money behind, and she used the money to do business. Yes, father and mother. She has no parents, so her uncle is. I don't know about mother, but I know her father passed away already, right? But so her uncle is the one that married her off. So she went to Nabi Muhammad SAW. So short story. Nabi Muhammad SAW spoke to Abu Talib, right? And Abu Talib spoke to Sayyidah Khadijah's uncle, right? Waraqah bin Nawfal is her cousin. But he was also there, right, at the wedding. He was also there at the wedding, and they arranged everything, and they got married. MashaAllah. Hmm? I don't know his name. I forgot his name. It's in the book, but I forgot his name. It's in my other book that I'm translating. But now I forgot his name. Right, so they got married. After a while, the first son came, Al-Qasim. Has three children from before, right? Her three children from before, right? Hind, Hala, and Hind. Right? One Hind, Hala, and or Hind, Hala, and Hala. Right? Her three children from the previous has, they are with her in the house. They stay with them. Yeah, they stay together. They all stay together. Yeah, one daughter and two sons. Sayyidah Khadijah had one daughter and two sons. So, Sayyidah Khadijah was in the house with Nabi Muhammad SAW. The first son is born, Al-Qasim. Al-Qasim was the love of their house, right? Small boy, he grew up, he was about to walk, he could walk, he was about to say some words, babbling like babies, right? They babble, right? And then Al-Qasim fell sick, and Al-Qasim passed away. I said that Khadijah was very sad. But she never complained, right? Al-Qasim passed away. Right? Then she had Sayyidah Zainab, and Sayyidah Ruqayya, and Sayyidah Kulthum, and Sayyidah Fatima. 4 girls in a row. Last time in Mecca, this is Aib in Mecca. They don't like girls. Remember? They don't like girls. Yeah, they bury their girls. So if a man has four girls in a row, that is a terrible thing. They will say, terrible, terrible. Four girls in a row. But Sayyidah Khadijah never felt upset about it because Nabi Muhammad SAW was always happy about it. Right? Another girl, mashallah. Another girl, mashallah. The fourth girl. He was the happiest with the fourth girl, right? Because the fourth girl is Sayyidah Fatima Zahra, who looks exactly like him. So when Sayyidah Khadija gave birth to the fourth girl, right, she was not sad. She was very happy because this fourth girl looked exactly like Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And it was the same day that Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam went out to put the black stone, the story of the black stone. They brought on the Kaaba, they made the Kaaba again, they put the black stone, right? The same day he came back and he found Sayyidah Khadija had given birth to a fourth girl. Four girls, mashallah. Is a fourth girl, and he looked, oh, the girl looked exactly like him. And he said, this is Fatima. And he named her Fatima. And then a boy, right? A boy. But said this boy came after Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam got the first revelation. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he began to go up Jabal Nur, right? And Sayyidah Khadija, because she thinks he is a prophet. But so far, no angel, no wahyu, right? For 15 years. No angels, no wahyu, no Quran, nothing. Right? And in fact, she said to Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "Oh Muhammad, I think you are the last prophet, but I don't know. Right? I marry you because I think that you are the last prophet." And Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to her, "If you are true, if you are right, then may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you whatever you intended. But if you are wrong, maybe I don't know also if I'm the last prophet or not." He himself doesn't know. Am I a last prophet? Because heaven, the wahyu has not come, right? The wahyu has not come. Must wait the wahyu to come, right? Right. So, but if I am not, then may Allah give you whatever you intended, O Khadijah. Right. So when Nabi Muhammad SAW began going up the mountain, Sayyidah Khadija, she was a support for him. She complained and said to him, every day you go up the mountain and leave me alone with all the children. Like, did she complain like that? They say every day stay up in the mountain, stay in the cave, don't come down. Did she do that? No, because she knew that he's going to be the last prophet and he has important things to do, right? So she even would take food and climb the mountain to give him food. You know. So when the story goes that he got the first wahyu, right? The angel came, right? The angel came to him and hugged him so tight. And we know the whole story, right? Yeah. Jibril came and said, Iqra, read, O Muhammad. And he said, "Ma biqari, I'm not someone who reads." Then Jibril squeezed him really tightly and let go. Like that, right? And again, read. It happened 3 times, right? Then after that, he ran down the mountain. Who did he run to? Did he run to his uncle Abu Talib? Did he run to his other uncle Hamza? Did he run to Baraka Ayman, who is like his mother? No, who did he run to? Sayyidah Khadija. He ran into the house, Sayyidah Khadija. And he, Khadija, Khadija, Zamiluni, Zamiluni, Tasiruni, Tasiruni. That means, wrap me, wrap me, wrap me, wrap me. And I said, I'm afraid something happened in the cave. Remember the story? And Sayyidah Khadija came and she was the first to believe in him. The first Muslim is Sayyidah Khadija, the first to believe in him, to support him with herself. It means if he wants a hug, she is there to hug him. Right? If he feels scared, if he feels stressed, if he feels alone, she is there to hug him, right? And to comfort him. And she said, "Oh Muhammad, nothing bad will happen to you. Allah will not abandon you, O Muhammad, because you are someone who gives money to the poor, right? She always helps the poor, right? And you are someone who maintains ties of kinship. That means you're Satul Rahim with other people, with your family members. You do good things, so Muhammad, Allah will never abandon you." So she loved him. She comforted him. That is why she means a lot to him, right? After she passed away, did he remember her? A lot, all the time, mashallah. Right? And then there was one time she came with some food to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Jibril came. And Jibril said, "Oh Muhammad, here is Khadijah. She's coming with some food. When she comes, tell her Allah sends salams to her." No, no other Sahaba got this. Only Sayyidah Khadijah got this. Allah sends salams to her. Not anybody, Allah. Allah is the one. Only Sayyidah Khadijah got this, right? So Allah sends salams to her, and Allah gives her the good news of a castle in paradise. And this castle, there is no tiredness and there is no difficulty. So when Sayyidah Khadijah came, Nabi Muhammad SAW said, "Ya Khadijah, right, here is Jibreel. He says that Allah has sent you salams, and Allah gives you the good news of a castle in paradise." And then Sayyidah Khadijah said, "Allahumma anta salam, wa minka salam, wa ila Jibreel wa alayka Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam as-salam." I say, "Oh Allah, for you is salams, and from you is salams, right? And onto Jibreel and onto Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is salams." Right? So she smiled. Do you think she was arrogant? She said, "Oh, I get salams. I get a castle. Do you think she did that? No, she said, Allahumma anta salam. Oh Allah, you are salams, right? You are peace, mashallah. Right? So Allah informing her that that Allah and He send their salams onto her, and that Allah has promised her a palace in paradise forever. Okay, caring for others more than yourself is strength. Yes, a lot of people, they just think about themselves. That I care about myself. I must get my things. I must have my way. I must have me, right? So the Khadijah is everybody else. Okay, the first thing, right? She was Allah's gift to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Number one, she could see how he had very important things to handle, right? Because he's a prophet and he has a lot of things to do, right? And so she did all she could to make his task easier for him. That is why she's a gift, correct? She's a gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. She never once said to Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam what she did for him. I mean, she never said, it was me, right, who paid for all those things. Right, I am the one who helped you that day. Yeah, it was me. Do you think she ever did that? You think she ever would say and remind and remind and remind, I helped you. I paid for it. I comforted you. I am the one who brought you to Waraqah bin Nawfal. I am the one. You think she ever did that? Never, right? Not a single time. So you can never say it, okay? If you clean the house, you're gonna say, yesterday I was the one who cleaned what? Right? Can you say that? Don't say it, okay? Yesterday it was me who washed the plates. Do you say it? No, don't say. So if your mother says, can you help me clean the floor? Labbaik, right? Bismillah, I will do it. I don't say, yesterday was me. Right? Today is my sister lah. Do you say that or not? Yesterday was me. Today is my brother. And what must be me again? Cannot say that, okay? I just labbaik. Bismillah, I will do it. Inshallah, I will do it. Don't have to count who did what, right? Right? It's enough that Allah sees all that we do for the sake of Allah. Is it enough or not? Do you want people to see or not? Or enough that Allah sees? Enough that Allah sees. Do you want people to say about what you did? Do you want that or not? That people must remember what you did? Do you want that or not? No, right? What Allah sees is enough for you. She was happy, just making others happy. Is it close? Let them in now. They never come in. It's not close. Just come in. Okay. Okay, today's lesson, okay? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. You all can sit nearer to that side. Don't have to sit all the way there. Right. Before the migration, the Prophet's tribe was severely boycotted. You know the boycott, right? She didn't have to endure it, but she did, standing strongly united. Because so many of them called her to come out of the boycott, to stay with them. Because her family was not in the boycott, her family. There's so many of them said, Khadijah, come stay with us. Khadijah, come on. Khadijah, come stay with us. Do you think she would abandon Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Never, right? She stayed there. Even though there's no food, there's no drink, there's nothing for them. For 3 whole years. She spent everything already for the people. She already spent. Huh? At this time point, because they cut off. They don't let anybody buy her stuff anymore. Remember, it's a boycott, right? Boycott means nobody can buy from the Muslims and nobody can sell to the Muslims. That's why the Muslims are suffering. Because Abu Jahl, it was Abu Jahl. Nobody can buy from the Muslims. Nobody can sell to the Muslims. Nobody can marry the Muslims. Nobody speaks to the Muslims. And the family of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Bani Hashim and Bani Muttalib. Right, the family also also got it. Abu Jahl wrote down the entire thing, right? And on the piece of on the piece of on the what skin, and they put it in the Kaaba, right? And the Kaaba, and then the termites came and ate it, right? Yeah, he wrote down all those evil things. So Sayyidah Khadijah, people remembered her, even though they are not Muslim. Right, because all these years, so many years, Sayyidah Khadijah has been helping people, right? Since she was very young, anybody who wants help, who will they go to? Sayyidah Khadijah, right? Anybody needs money, who will they go to? Sayyidah Khadijah. Has she ever turned down anybody? Never. So now she is in difficulty. People remember her, right? And people sneak food to her. Right, so they will go and be, at night, or when Abu Jahl's not looking, they will go secretly and they will send a camel, right, fill with food on the camel and send the camel right to the Shi'ab, right, that means the valley that the Muslims were at, or Bani Hashim, Bani Muttalib were there. And when it came, it's for Sayyidah Khadijah. But do you think she ate it? No. What did she do? She gave it out. She gave it out. Even Nabi Muhammad didn't eat it. They all didn't eat it. They give it out. Everybody else gets it. Nabi Muhammad will not eat it. Sayyidah Khadijah will not eat it. Sayyidah Fatima Zahra will not eat it. Right? They won't. The children in the valley, they will eat it, of course. Right? But the family of Nabi Muhammad they will not take it. They will give it to other people. And even Abu Talib will not take it. They will give it to other people. And that's why she became thinner and thinner and thinner. Sayyidah Khadijah, and weaker and weaker and weaker. At this point in time, she was above 60 years old. Difficult or not? Very difficult, right? Like a grandmother, right? Can you imagine your grandmother not eating? Can you imagine? They're so old. They need to eat, right? They need to eat it, but she would not eat. Because of her, her tribe sent them food, feeling obliged, feeling sorry. For she used to always help them with her wealth in hardship and difficulty. And all that her tribe sent her, she gave to others selflessly, like everything she gave away. By the end of the boycott, she was weakened severely. She was very weak, right? But you know what? At the end of the boycott, you know how the boycott ended, right? And Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam told Abu Talib, tell them that the worms had eaten, or the termites had eaten the sahifa, right? The piece of paper, right? Or the piece of cloth, or the piece of skin has eaten it, right? Or the paper, I think it was paper. Right. So then except for the word Bismika Allahumma. Remember? Except for the word Bismika Allahumma. And when they saw, that's what happened. So now there's no more boycott. But Sayyidah Khadijah is very, very weak right now. But she can see that Nabi Muhammad SAW is worried about his uncle. Because Abu Talib is also very weak. So she never told him that she is weak. She is sick. She never said it. She kept it to herself. Because she could see Nabi Muhammad SAW is worried about Abu Talib. His uncle, right? His uncle who has not come into Islam yet. Didn't say the Shahada yet. So he's worried because uncle is very old, in his 80s right now. And the uncle is very weak on the bed. So she also is weak and dying. But she didn't say a single thing about her dying. because she knows Nabi Muhammad SAW is worried about and occupied. He's busy with his uncle, right? So when the uncle passed away, it was said that only after 3 days, Sayyidah Khadijah passed away. Allahu Alam. Abu Talib, you don't know. Right? We don't know. There is no records of Abu Talib saying Shahada, so we don't know if Abu Talib became a Muslim or not. Allahu Alam. Maybe one day or just we will know. Did he say the Shahada or not? We don't know about Abu Talib. But Nabi Muhammad SAW was so worried about Abu Talib that Sayyidah Khadijah did not tell him she is also dying. She didn't say anything. Is there somebody who is so selfless? Selfless, right? Don't even think about themselves at all. It's amazing, right? Will you, if you're sick and if you're dying, will you say to people, I think I'm dying. I'm very sick. I'm very, very sick. You will say to people, right? Like, come and stay with me. Come and look after me. Come and visit me, right? You might say that, right? Please help me. You will say that, right? Oh, Sayyidah Khadijah didn't say anything because Nabi Muhammad SAW is busy. Children were there, yes, they were there. But then they were all teenagers. One of her daughters Zainab had married and lives with her husband. Sayyidah Ruqayya had migrated to Habsha. So the only people in the house is who? Sayyidah Fatima and Kulthum, and they were teenagers. Right? So there is Sayyidah Khadijah. So her health worsened until she breathed her last. She breathed her last breath. Finished. Breaking the Prophet's heart. It was the year of grief, the year of sorrow, the year he and his beloved had to part. Right? Oh, Sayyidah Khadijah goes to the graves and Nabi Muhammad SAW goes on. Right? Migrate to Medina and marry other women and everything. But he married Sayyidah Aisha, married Sayyidah Sauda, right? He married other women. Right? Did he ever forget his first wife? Like when he was married to her, he never married anybody else. Just Khadijah, Khadijah, Khadijah. And after she passed away, they came to her and they said to her, Oh, Ya Rasulullah, don't you want to marry again? And he said, Is there anybody like Khadijah? Right? Can you give me a wife like Khadijah? Is there anybody in it like Khadijah? No, never. And none of his wives will be like Sayyidah Khadijah. And Sayyidah Aisha, she will say that even though she's the most beloved wife after Sayyidah Khadijah, means don't count Sayyidah Khadijah, like compared to all the other wives, she's the most beloved, Sayyidah Aisha. Sayyidah Aisha will say, I never felt jealousy for the other wives, but I felt jealousy for Sayyidah Khadijah. And then Aisha said, and I've never even met her. Because Sayyidah Aisha was too young. Oh, that is the Kahraba. Let me see if I can switch because the internet will cut off. Okay. Okay, Bismillah, Bismillah, Bismillah. But it's not on yet. That means the internet is not on yet. Wait for the internet to come on. Huh? What? No, it's just the generator. It will come on soon. Do you want to close the window or leave it a bit open? The light. Ibrahim. Huh? A bit open, not all the way dark. Let's wait a little bit. Do you have any questions while we're waiting? Yes. This is not a question. Is it a question or a story? Yes. Question means you're asking me something, right? Okay. Is it a question or story? The youngest son of Nabi Muhammad SAW. His youngest son, Alhamdulillah. On again. Okay. Ibrahim is not from Sayyidah Khadijah. Ibrahim is from another woman, Maria. Right? Nabi Muhammad SAW had there's another woman, her name is Maria. So Sayyidina Ibrahim, the son of Nabi Muhammad SAW, is not from Sayyidah Khadijah. It's from another woman, yeah, Maria. No, no children. Nobody had children except for this woman. Is not a wife, but a slave girl. Slave girl. I explained to you all. Didn't have children. Sure. No. All of them. All of them. Didn't have children. Yes. Yes. Huh? They are teaching everything, but also all didn't give them. Right? All didn't give them. Okay. Let me just connect the internet. Can't reach this page. Come, Bismillah, 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 Bismillah. Why? Why cannot reach this page? Allah, Allah. Bismillah, 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 Bismillah. Okay, yeah, Alhamdulillah. It's connected. Yes. It is connected. It's so fast, it's 5 gig. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, let me connect back to the Zoom, okay? Join. Musalla. Join. Yes, Musalla Bida'at al-Mustafa. I call the Zoom the Musalla Bida'at al-Mustafa, like Darul Zahra. Mhm. Khadija binti Khuwailid. Come on, come on. Bismillah, Bismillah. Yeah, Khuwailid. Hmm? Yeah, Khadija binti Khuwailid. No. Come, Bismillah. Kalau doa Allah, Allahumma salli salatan kamilatan wa salim salaman tamman ala Sayyidina Muhammadin al-Lazim. تنحل به العقد وتنفرج به الكرب وتقضى به الحوائج وتنال به الرغائب. Alhamdulillah. Okay, bye bye. Okay. أحسن الخواتيم ويستسقى الغمام بوجهه الكريم وعلى آله وصحبه في كل لمحة ونفس بعدد كل معلوم لك. Selawat Naria. Right? Salawat Naria. She loves that one. Okay, tamam. Okay, so now it was the year of sorrow. Sayyidah Khadijah passed away. Okay, the last part, okay? Okay, this part. Being reliable is strength. You know what's reliable or not? People can rely on you, they can trust you, they know you will handle things. Is that strength? So for example, I say, okay, Khadija Fatima, you all handle making the poster, for example, right? And then I don't have to check on you all. I know you will do it. Okay? I don't have to say, have you all done it? Have you all done it? No. Because I know whatever I tell you all, you will do it. Because you all are reliable. You understand? Reliable means I don't have to check on you. You will do it, you will do it. Or your mother said to you, all, Safwa, remember to off the gas. Okay, later on, Umi leave it on. You off the gas after 5 minutes. Okay, Umi. Okay, you are reliable. So after 5 minutes, you will off it. Your mother doesn't have to worry, is Safa remembering, is Safa going to forget, is Safa going to play and forget, is Safa going to, no, right? But your mother knows, okay, Safa is reliable. Safa will do it. She will do it. She won't forget. Right? And that's called reliable. Is that being strong? Because people can give you things to do and you don't have to worry. Right? That is strength. Sayyidah Khadijah used to help people all the time, even before Islam. People never forgot her goodness, right? They could always rely on her. She always helped them. Sayyidah Khadijah was still helping people during the boycott. She never abandoned people, especially never abandoned Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Even when she was suffering, she never complained and was always ready to help Sayyidah Khadijah. Okay, last part. He never forgot her, never stopped loving her, even after remarrying. Years after she left, I mean, she passed away. He chanced upon her necklace, tearful. He could not help recalling all the precious days he spent, nourished by her love, his beloved. Such an emotional moment. The companions too wept with their prophet. The story here is that after many, many years, Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam went to Medina and they built a masjid and things were happening and more people becoming Muslim and everything. But Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's oldest daughter, Sayyidah Zainab, is still in Mecca because her husband was not a Muslim. Because she married, her husband is actually Sayyidina Khadija's nephew. Right, was Sayyidah Khadija's nephew. He was not a Muslim yet. Later on becomes a Muslim. So she is stuck in Mecca because she has to be with her husband, who was not Muslim yet. So, his name is Al-Az bin Rabi'. Right, so he was not a Muslim yet. So during one of the battles, Abu Jahl forced all of the men to go and fight in the battle. So Al-As bin Rabi doesn't want to fight because Nabi Muhammad SAW is his father-in-law, right? He's his wife's father, doesn't want to fight. But he was forced. Abu Jahl forced everybody to go and fight. All those who are not Muslim must fight the Muslims. They didn't want to fight, but Abu Jahl forced them. So when he went there, he let himself get captured by the Muslims. He got captured by the Muslims and brought to Medina. So his wife, Sayyidah Zainab, Nabi Muhammad SAW's daughter, she has one necklace that her mother gave her when she got married. So when she got married, her mother took her mother's own necklace and gave to Sayyidah Zainab. Yeah, Sayyidah Khadija's necklace. And Nabi Muhammad SAW knows Sayyidah Khadija's necklace. Right, so she gave her necklace to Sayyidah Zainab as a wedding gift when she got married, right? She gave her daughter her own necklace as a wedding gift. Very precious, right? Mm? This one is maybe not like gold or silver. Maybe some of them is just rocks that they use or something like akik. And then Muhammad SAW used akik, right? Maybe akik. Allahu Alam what it was. So the necklace she was wearing, she sent it to Medina and said, I will use my necklace to buy back my husband. It's called ransom, right? I'll use my necklace to buy back my husband. But Sayyidah Zainab knew that if her father saw the necklace and he knows it's Sayyidah Khadija's necklace, his heart will break. And he will cry because he will remember Sayyidah Khadijah. The necklace reminded him of Sayyidah Khadijah. Right? So it's like somebody you love so much. Then they left Tarim, for example. They left. And they left behind something that belongs to them. Right? And when you see it, I remember that person. I remember this person that I used to love, used to be here with me, and then now the thing is left behind here. I remember that person. So when Sayyidah Zainab sent the necklace to Nabi Muhammad SAW, when he saw the necklace, he began to cry and cry and cry and cry because he missed Sayyidah Khadijah so much. And he missed her so much. Right? And then he said to the companions, if you all are pleased with this, send back the husband of my daughter and send back the necklace to her. It's her necklace. Send back all. Right? And they send back. And eventually, Nabi Muhammad SAW asked for the husband to send his daughter to Medina because a Muslimah cannot marry a non-Muslim. Eventually. Right? So he sends Sayyidah Zainab to go to Medina first because she's a Muslimah, right? He is a kafir, right? But later on, he becomes a Muslim. And then he comes. And he is reunited with Sayyidah Zainab eventually. Right? So inshallah, in the stories I tell you all about the Sahabiyat, I will speak about Sayyidah Zainab. Right? And her love story with her husband. And how at first they separated, then came back together, and Abu Jahl tried to get him to divorce her. because he wants to bring shame to the family of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. All the daughters are divorced. So he went to Abu Lahab, right? To Abu Lahab's two sons. Remember the story? He said, divorce Kulthum and Ruqayya. Right? And Abu Lahab made his sons divorce them. Remember? And then they all went to the husband of Zainab. Sayyidah Zainab and said, divorce Zainab. Right? Disgrace the family, make them feel humiliated, right? Embarrassed that she is divorced. Right? And then Abu As bin Rabi said, I will never divorce Zainab. Never. He's not a Muslim, no. He said, I will never. They say, we will give you any woman you want to marry, we'll give it to you. Then he said, nobody is like Zainab. MashaAllah. Right? But he was not a Muslim at first. Later he became Muslim. Later he became Muslim. Okay, so my dear sisters, come. So my dear sisters, such was Our Lady Khadijah, a woman of fine character and nobility, a strong woman, forefront in trade, that means the first, the best in her business, and extremely wealthy. But do you know the secret behind her success? So profound. What's the secret? It was honesty, integrity, and giving her wealth to those around. And Sayyidah Khadijah give the money to the poor. From before Islam, she was known for her modesty and upright character. She was somebody who would not do things that are foolish. She never got involved, like many would, in vanity. Vanity means always caring about their looks, their hair, their clothes, their makeup. Do you think Sayyidah Khadijah ever cared? Never cared. Right? Or gossip. What's gossip? Backbite. Backbite. Do you think she ever got involved in gossiping? The woman will always gossip. But if Sayyidah Khadijah came, they will stop. When she goes off, they will gossip again. And slander. Huh? About people. Do you stop about people? Why is slander? Why is slander? Saying something bad about somebody else and it's not true. Right? Gossip is saying something bad about someone else and it is true. It is true, but you can't say it, right? So if somebody were to go past and maybe there's a smell from them, can you say, "Ee, that girl is so smelly"? Can you say that? No, keep it to yourself. Right? Don't go around saying to people, "She's so smelly." Yuck. Can you say that? Even if it's true, you're not supposed to say it. Okay? For true modesty is of two aspects: outward dress and inward character. She covered herself with dignity. Not a single harsh word did she utter. She never said anything bad. Sayyidah Khadijah radiyallahu anha wa ardaha. She was a woman of maturity. Is she childish and playful? No, right? She's mature. Never engaged. Waraqa bin Nawfal. Yeah, Waraqa bin Nawfal. Never engaged in frivolity. Frivolity, that means waste time. Things. I think that waste your time. That is before Islam, right? Before Islam. This is before Islam. Before, yes, from before, right? And she wants to marry Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, seizing every moment. A scholar. I think when she grew older later on, right? A scholar studying at the feet of her cousin, from whom she eventually learns. Learns about what? About the coming of the final prophets. This was his time, so she was eager to be his wife, to be his support, and then to be with him in the hereafter. And marry the Prophet she did. She married the Prophet ﷺ, knowing fully what was expected of her. Complete servitude and sacrifice, true hardship. It was not a simple matter. Is it easy or not? To serve and serve and serve and serve and sacrifice and sacrifice and sacrifice and smiling the entire time. Is it a simple matter? It's not a simple matter. Yet she never complained, never grumbled, always smiling in stride. For this, she earned the salam from Allah for being by the Prophet's side. MashaAllah. Okay, good character is strength. I want to ask you all about the good character that you saw in Sayyidah Khadijah, okay? So good character is strength. Okay, let's say all these characters, okay? To hold on to good character even if everybody else does not. Let me ask you all, what is honesty? To not lie, right? To tell what is true. Those who are online can also answer, okay? What is honesty? To say what is truthful. What is integrity? Integrity is people can trust you. Right? People can trust you. Right? So if let's say I want to buy for you something, you know I won't cheat you. That's called integrity. Okay. Charity. What is charity? Giving people food, right? It's all good character. Goodness to all. Do you choose some people to be good to and not good to other people? No. Do you choose only some people I will share my things with, not to others? Can I? No, all, everybody. You can't say, I only like her. I don't like her. Can you do that? And so I want to share my pencils or my color pencils with these people, and I won't share with those people. Can you do that? No, right? You're gonna have people's feelings, right? Modesty. What is modesty? Tawadu, modesty. That means to cover herself and to say kind words. You know, some people, I've even heard here in Tarim, some people say bad words. Right? Is that modesty? To use bad language, is it modesty? Calling people names. Have you heard people calling people names? Right? They say call people donkey, they call people, right? You've heard them like cow, right? Can you do that? Call people names. Makes them feel sad, right? Very sad. Upright character. That means she only does what is beneficial, right? What counts in the akhirat, and not things that don't count in the akhirat. Dignity. That means not doing things that are foolish. Sometimes online, alhamdulillah in Tarim, we don't see things online. But maybe in Singapore, they all see things online. Some people do things online. La hawla wa la quwata illa billah. Right? They might paint their face one color here, and they paint their hair one color there. Then they wear their clothes the other way around. And they do all kinds of weird things. And are they people who have honor? Can you respect them? Can't respect these kind of people, right? They do completely nonsensical things. The Sayyidah Khadijah do these kind of things. Do nonsense. Right? No, right? Of course not. Okay, other good character. Maturity. So all of you girls, after learning about Sayyidah Khadijah, you'll be more mature, right? More mature. Right? Do you want to be immature? You know what's immature or not? It's opposite of mature. Immature, like childish. So childish. Right? So when people say, you know what, take this plate or take this notebook, it's for you. No, I want the pink one. I don't want the blue one. Anyone, just take anyone, right? Don't have to be so childish, right? just say Alhamdulillah and go on, right? I don't have to, oh, I don't want this one, I want that one. And then cry and cry and cry and cry and cry about certain things that are not important. It's called being childish. Because children are, not like you all, but small children are like that, right? Like small things you will cry about, right? Mature people don't cry about small things, inshallah. Seizing every moment. That means making good use of her time. Yes, good time. Servitude. What is servitude? What is servitude? Hey, what is servitude? To serve people. Right? To serve people all the time. Sayyidah Khadijah. Sacrifice. That means you give what you have, your time, your money, your energy, everything you give to other people. Smiling all the time. Smiling all the time. Is that good character? Yes, and Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam smiling all the time. Right? People love you, and you make people's day. Right? Have you all seen Surah Zainab? Do you feel so happy when you see her? Because why? She's smiling all the time. Right? She's always smiling, mashallah. Okay, bad character. What is bad character? Vanity. That means only caring about your looks. Right? There are girls who are like that. They only care about their looks. Gossip. Saying bad things about backbiting. Slander. Saying bad things that are not true. So maybe like someone says, you know that girl, right? At home, right? She does not pray at all. Yeah, right. And but tell other people bad things about somebody else is not even true. That's called slander. That's called slander. Okay. Gossip is true, but it's bad. You're not supposed to say it also. You can't say, you know that girl, right? You know, she can't, she you know, she when she at home, right, she does not pray at all. That day I was at her house, she didn't pray at all. She tell other people. Can you go around telling people about it? No, no. It's something bad, yes, but don't go around telling everybody, right? About it, make her feel sad. But you can advise her, right? You should pray. Frivolity, what's frivolity? Frivolity, that means doing things that have no benefit, useless things. What is it? What are useless things? You can give me an example of useless things. Lying. Who can tell me what are useless things? Example of a useless thing to do. What's an example of a useless thing to do? You all do useful things only. Maybe watching movies that are not good. Huh? Won't let, right? But some other people do it. Other people do it. Right? Complaining and grumbling. All bad character. Nah. Okay, last part, okay? For true strength, my dear sisters, is shown by Sayyidah Khadijah, our mother. It is to prefer others over yourself and to make their happiness your pleasure. Because they are happy, you are happy. And this woman over here, right? She makes sure her family is happy. She cooks for them. Right? She serves them. She's very tired, right? But she's being like Sayyidah Khadijah. Correct? She's being Sayyidah Khadijah. So the girl will learn to be that way. The boy will learn to be that way, right? And the father also must learn to be that way. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Right? Selfless service first to the family. Your family is always first, right? Then to community. That means everybody else, right? Without expecting recognition. This means that you don't want anyone to say your name. You don't want anyone to say, oh, this girl, she's so good. Do you want that or not? No, you don't want anyone to say your name, right? Yeah, they got Ain also. But I knew. Right? It is in fact service to Allah Most High, who will reward you for your sincere devotion. Because all you want is Allah's reward. Do you want people to reward you? No. You want this Allah to reward you. So hold on to her way, my dear sisters. Let us rectify our states and be better as Muslims. Let us purify our tongues from lies, gossip, slander, and hate. So many Muslims hate each other. Can we hate anyone who says La ilaha illallah? No. If a person says La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, we cannot hate them. Right? How? I know so many people, especially women and girls, who hate other people. They just hate other people. They're jealous or I don't know, but they hate other people. Can you do that? No, you can't hate other people. Let us focus on what's important beyond flawless skin and pretty clothes, right? What is important? Is skin and clothes important or not? Right? Your clothes are just to cover your aura, right? Do you always want to wear like pretty, nice dresses? No. For a sound heart, selfless service, and good deeds are what really matters most. It is the best things to do. Sound heart, a good heart. Right? Think about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Selfless service. You don't do things for reward. And good deeds. Like good deeds are what really matters most. Let's end our slawats and we end our declaration of admiration and love by asking our Lord, the Lord of the great throne above, to send the greatest salawat, right, and salutations unto our Prophet, our leader, and to his perfect woman, his family, his companions, and those thereafter. Salawat and salams, our Lord, to the extent of your knowledge, multiplied by the number of trees, leaves, flowers, and foliage, to the number of breaths in the creation from the beginning of time and to the end of it till paradise in your presence that is divine. Why you all look here? They also got lah. Same. Okay, tamam. Okay, the last part of today's program, to end the program, I'm writing a storybook, inshallah. You ask Allah to give me time and tawfiq, okay, for me to finish my storybook. Okay, it's a storybook for girls around this age, right? Age of 10 to 16, 17, right around there. It's a good book. Or maybe even all those who can read, right? Anyone can read the book. And maybe some adults want to read the book also, right? But it's written for you all. Let's read together, okay, the book. I see you all. So I'm gonna, inshallah, trying drinking things that are not halal. That one is haram to do, right? Haram. Okay. To be like her. Like who? Who is her? Sayyidah Khadijah, a novel for young girls growing up in the modern world, taking the path of Sayyidah Khadijah. MashaAllah. This book I wrote for all those who are named Khadijah and who love Sayyidah Khadijah. Right? Anyone who loves Sayyidah Khadijah, right? This book is for you. Right? Inshallah. Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, I'm going to read, okay? Chapter 1. Mother. My mother. Khadija observed the raindrops as they found their way across a name engraved on a tombstone, a name most beloved to her, Khadija binti Khalid. Hmm. It's a story in our time. In our time. Khadija shut her eyes tightly. Her tears mixed with the rain, flowed down from her cheeks and fell onto the grass that covered her mother's grave. So who is Khadija binti Khalid? This girl's mother. It's a story about a girl. It's a story about a girl. The girl's name is Khadija. Her mother's name is Khadija. So she's where is she at right now? Her mother's grave. Mother passed away. People always found it strange that she and her mother shared the same name. Khadija always liked it. It was a special connection they shared, a connection that made her feel close to her mother, especially now. Why? Because the mother had passed away, right? Especially now, she feels close to her mother because mother already passed away. Let's continue the story, okay? Assalamu alaikum, ma. Khadija could barely greet her mother. A very painful lump formed in her throat as she tried to compose herself. That means control. Don't cry, don't cry. Like control. Her father was already seated in his usual spot, deep in his recitation of Surah Yasin, hardly even noticing her. That was how he was. Her father's like that, right? And Khadija understood. Her father was a religious man, but silently religious. Don't talk so much, right? He's a very quiet person. He never spoke about his feelings, nor would he ask Khadija about her feelings. They both were going through the same difficulty, the loss of the most beloved woman to them. Right? Khadija's mother and her father's wife, right? They lost the same person. Khadija binti Khalid. Her name is Khalid, okay? Yet they never spoke about it. She knew that her father worried about her, but it just was not his nature to comfort her in the way she needed. The father's not somebody who hugs people. He's just that kind of person. Like he's worried about his daughter, but doesn't know what to do. Right? And some men are like that, right? They don't know what to do, right? They know that you're sad, but they know how to help you. Right? They just let it be. Okay. She sat on the wet ground. Okay, she sat on the wet ground and lightly touched the cold tombstone with the tips of her fingers. And the tombstone is the one the stone that has the name of the person who passed away. It's called a tombstone. It was cold and wet, reminding her of her mother's hands when she held them during the washing of her mother's body, the janazah. She remembered. Right? So when she was washing her mother's body, the hands were cold and wet, right? So she remembered, just like my mother's hands when she had passed away, right? Her memory was still fresh. It seemed like just yesterday she held her mother's lifeless hands, I mean, dead hands, right? And kissed them for the final time. Right? Her mother had passed away from kidney failure. Kidney failure means something wrong in the kidneys, and she passed away. Right. So she remembered kissing her mother's dead hands when her mother passed away. And she remembered washing her mother's hands. Right? And now she's remembering her mother. So sad at the story. It has only been a year since you left us, Ma. Mm. Oh, how I miss you so much. And Khadija broke into uncontrollable sobbing. She began to cry and cry and cry and cry and cry. She wished she could recite Surah Yasin for her mother, like what her father was doing. Reciting Quran always helped to ease her pain and sorrow, made her feel better whenever she read Quran. However, she was having her period. She could not recite Quran. Softly, Khadija began to sing her mother's favorite slawat. Slawat can, right? Mother's favorite slawat. It was her favorite too. It was another thing that made her feel close to her mother. She felt close to her mother. She began to sing. Allahumma salli salatan kamilatan wa salim salaman tamman ala Sayyidina Muhammadin alladhi. So she was singing and she was singing and she was singing, and Khadija felt the sorrow in her heart easing with every slawat she sang from her heart, right? When you sing slawat, will you feel better? Yes, you'll feel better. So when you're sad, when you sing salawat, you get better. Right? This is one thing she loved about her mother and learns from her that whenever she felt sadness overcome her, she would start to sing salawat. In the most beautiful voice. You give your best voice, right? And you sing the salawat. And then she said, Ma, she's talking to her mother who's dead, and her mother is in the grave. She's talking to her mother. Ma, I turned 11 today. How old is Khadija? 11. Yeah. Her mother passed away when she was, her mother passed away when she was 10, right? Because only 1 year ago the mother passed away. That means her mother passed away. How old was she? 10 years old. Maybe she got pregnant after that, right? When the mother was not around to help her, right? Was her mother around? No. Ma, I turned 11 today. You know, there is no person I would love to spend my birthday with more than you. So many things happened this past year, Ma, since you left. Sometimes I wish you were still here with me to help me. Where's the mother now? In the grave, passed away. Khadija closed her eyes again. She could see her mother's ever smiling face in her mind. Gosh, I can imagine the mother right inside her mind. May Allah keep your grave cool and forgive your sins and reward you for all you have done for those around you, especially me. Right? So Khadija, she raised her hands in dua and she wiped her face and the last of her tears. Okay, has to go off ready. The ride home was quiet as usual because the father didn't talk so much, right? The father's always quiet. The ride home was quiet as usual. Her father put on Quran recitation in the car. As his habit, he would do that, right? When her mother was still alive last time, when her mother was still alive, Khadija and her mother would chat away in the car, right? While her father would keep silent. He had always been a man of a few words. Right? He always spoke very little. Now, after her mother's death, all the more he would not speak. After his wife passed away, he just kept quiet, didn't talk so much. Like say the Fatima after the son passed away, right? She never smiled ever again, right? Hmm. Khadija barely even hears even a word from him. He hardly talks, her father. Okay, let's go. Visits to the cemetery were physically and emotionally draining for Khadija. She feels tired whenever she goes to the cemetery because she will cry and she will cry and she will cry and she will go, but she feels very tired. She could not wait to get home to her bed. She wants to sleep. She's too tired. Her friends had been texting her the entire day, sending well wishes on her birthday. Remember, it was her birthday, right? She's the birthday I turned 11, right? So her friends were all texting her messages on the phone. She has a phone. Right? So her friends were all texting her on her phone, well wishes on her birthday. But she didn't want to respond to anyone today. She didn't want to answer to anybody today. She has no mood, right? She just wanted to be with her thoughts. She just wanted to be with her mother, right? So she went home and she fell asleep. Okay, next part. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Khadija was startled by the vibration of her phone. Her phone was vibrating, right? She looked at the clock. Ya Allah, it's almost 6 p.m. She had slept through the afternoon because she was on the menses, right? She didn't pray, right? So she slept through the afternoon. She slept. She was so tired. She slept, right? Okay, right? But she stopped praying. She said, cannot pray, right? She just slept the entire time, right? Bzz, bzz, bzz. It must be one of her friends with yet another birthday wish, thought Khadijah. I remember one of her friends who messaged her. She reached for her phone to check who had sent her a message. Abba. This is strange. Like, her father never sends her any messages. Suddenly her father sent her a message out of nowhere. Khadijah's father only, yeah, is at home. Khadijah's father only ever messages her if she returned home late from school. I ought to ask her if she has eaten. But she's home. Right? Why is Abba messaging me? So Khadijah sat up and opened the message to read what is in the message. What did she read? Assalamualaikum Khadijah, my daughter. Happy 11th birthday. It's on the message, okay? On the message. Happy 11th birthday. Your mother and I had actually prepared for you a special gift a few years ago, before she passed away. When we first found out that she was suffering from kidney failure. Because the mother was suffering from an illness, right? So when they found out the mother had this illness, they began doing this gift for Sayyidah, for this gift for Khadijah, for Khadijah. I hope this gift would make up for where I fall short as a father to you. Oh, kesian the father. He feels he's not a good father. Right. I mean, he's a good father. Or maybe he's just very quiet. Right. Please click on the link below. May Allah guide and bless you and increase you in Iman and Taqwa, Khadijah. And Father dua for her, right? But click on the link. So Khadijah responded. She replied the message. Waalaikumsalam, Abba. Abba, don't say that you have fallen short. You're a very good father. Then she tries to make her father feel better, right? Thank you for this gift. I am about to see what it is right now. May Allah bless you too, Abba. And she sent the reply and she clicked on the link and it brought her to a YouTube video. What's on this video? She opened the video. Assalamualaikum Khadijah. My dear. Khadijah was so surprised when she saw the video. She dropped her phone onto the floor. Who's on the video? Ma, her mother's on the video. Right? And the mother's talking to her. Remember the father videoed years ago before the mother passed away? Says, Ma, Khadijah felt warm tears well up in her eyes as she leaned over the edge of her bed to get her phone. She unlocked the screen, and yes, there on the screen, addressing her, that means talking to her, was her mother. Ya Allah, it has been 1 year since she saw this beautiful face. Because her mother passed away 1 year ago, right? And heard this warm, comforting voice of her mother. Her heart began to beat really fast. Like, because she didn't prepare herself to see her mother in the video. She didn't know what's going to be her mother. And her heart began to beat really fast. She was not sure if she was ready to watch a video of her mother. Can she do it or not? Is she going to cry the whole time or not? Is she going to cry the whole time? But it was a gift from her parents. She should watch it. Right? See what the mother has to say. Right? So she play again. Play again. Assalamualaikum Khadijah, my dear daughter. Happy 11th birthday. If you are watching this means that I must have already passed away. Because the mother did the recording to give Khadijah if she passed away. Right? So the father gave her after the mother passed away, right? So when she's recording, she told the father, only give this to Khadijah when I pass away. So in the video, she said, if you're watching this, that means I have passed away. Okay, you understand, right? She did years ago, okay? Years ago. Mm. Then the father won't give the video. The mother's right there, what? And the mother's still alive, what, right? But my father has passed away. Khadijah's tears were blurring her vision. You know, when you want to cry, you cannot see because your eyes are covered with the tears, right? You cannot see properly, right? Khadijah's eyes were blurring her vision. She could barely see her mother's face. She blinked away her tears and continued watching. Khadijah, when we found out about my illness, I began to get worried for you. Mother said, you are right now at your crucial growing up years, where you're becoming a young woman. So the mother's worried, right? The mother knows she's going to pass away. But her daughter is only 10 years old, 11 years old, going to be a woman soon. And the mother feels that if she passes away, who's going to help the daughter? Who's going to teach her? The father is very quiet. So the father even sent the video also, right? The father doesn't know how to help the daughter, right? So the mother's very worried. As much as I want to be there for you, to guide you, we must all accept Allah's plans for us. What has Allah planned for us? Nobody can escape death. Nobody can run away from death. But we can prepare for it. Khadijah could hear her mother's voice trembling. That means the mother is emotional. The mother is about to cry. Right? She can hear her mother's voice trembling. Mm. Khadijah, your Abba and I decided to make a series of videos for you to help you in your growing up years. You know how we both share the same name? Khadijah. I remember her mother's name is also Khadijah on the tombstone, right? Khadijah binti Khalid. And she's also Khadijah, right? They both have the same name, right? And I always told you that is our special bond just between the two of us, right? And the two of us, we have the same name, Khadijah. Well, the truth is that it's a bond not just for the two of us, but for three of us. Who's the third person? Sayyidah Khadijah. Three Khadijas, right? Her mother, her and Sayyidah Khadijah. Yes, me, you, and Sayyidah Khadijah. Radiyallahu anha. I am your birth mother. That means I gave birth to you. But Sayyidah Khadijah is your real mother. Like Ummina Khadijah. Like Ummahatul Mu'minin, right? Ummul Mu'minin, Sayyidah Khadijah. So who's your real mother? Sayyidah Khadijah. Khadijah smiled to herself. This was very typical of a mother to say. It's something a mother will always say. Like, Khadijah is your real mother. Like, Khadijah, Sayyidah Khadijah is your real mother. Sayyidah Khadijah. Her mother absolutely adored Sayyidah Khadijah. She loved Sayyidah Khadijah. You know how much I love Sayyidah Khadijah, right? The mother's still talking, okay? In the video. I love her so much that I named you. Huh? Later you see the story, okay? I love her so much that I named you Khadijah. Allah. Why la kaharaba? Is it on the light? Can you can push up? Let's push up. Kahraba, kahraba. Yeah, my husband was saying the whole of last night, every hour off on, off on, off on, off on. Yeah, last night. Now. Didn't 1 a.m. off to maybe your father woke up. Maybe you all didn't wake up. Maybe your father. Yeah, maybe you all sleeping. Yeah, because I think your father woke up, change, and then woke up, change, and then woke up, change. Tarim kahraba. This tarim kahraba. Yeah, so it was on all the time. Oh, tarim kahraba. You all like the story so far? It's going to be a full book, okay, of many things that will happen to Khadijah and how her mother will help her right through the videos. And the mother will teach you about Sayyidah Khadijah. Yeah, I'm writing the book.
What this?
Huh?
What this?
Yeah, I wrote it.
Oh.
No, not printed. Yeah, not written yet also. I'm writing it now. This one, yeah, I'm writing this also. I did wrote this last night. Just wrote it. Okay, go. You know how much I love Sayyidah Khadijah, right? The mother said, right? I love her so much. I named you Khadijah. Even though my name was also Khadijah, right? The mother's name is Khadijah and the daughter's name is Khadijah. This is because I want you to learn to be like her. I want you to learn about her. I want you to live your life like her. I definitely want you to love her. Remember, Nabi Muhammad SAW said, a person is with the one that he loves. I hope that I am with Sayyidah Khadijah now. because she's talking like in the past, right? About the future that she's gonna pass away, right? So I hope that right now in her grave she's Sayyidah Khadijah. Maybe. There she is. That I have passed away. So I hope that I am with Sayyidah Khadijah now that I have passed away. Allah knows how much I love her. And I would like that you too, my daughter, be united with her and me, insha'Allah. And Khadijah said, Amin, Amin, Amin. Khadijah thought to herself. Huh? No, alone. Only child. Yeah, only child. Understand, my dear Khadija, when you follow the way of Sayyidah Khadija, you will be happy in this world and even more in the next world. So hold on to her way and never let go.
Still in the video.
Yeah, still in the video. Now Khadija says, I won't, ma, I promise I'll never let go. Khadija made a promise in her heart. She promised her mother, I will never let go of Sayyidah Khadija. Inshallah, in every one of these videos that we prepared, the mother's looking at, that we prepared, I will share with you stories from the life of Sayyidah Khadija and the lessons that we can take from them. So whenever you're facing any problems in life, right, any of your problems, just inform your Abba, okay, of your issues, and he will send the video that will help you. Okay? Please keep me in your du'as, like the mother said. Right? The video. So the father is not someone who talks a lot, but the father knows about the videos. Right? So the father knows that he can send her the correct video to help her about it. After every prayer, please read one Fatiha for me, okay? One Surah Fatiha for me and make dua for me. Yeah, it's in the video. That's all for this first video. I love you very, very, very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Right, so Khadijah held the phone to her heart and she said, Ya Allah, bless my mother. Even from her grave, she's teaching me about my real mother, Sayyidah Khadijah. That's the first chapter. Okay, then later, for Khadijah. Who's for Khadijah? Oh, Khadijah, our friend. Who are you pointing to? Okay.
This
No, it's a made-up story.
no.
No, I wrote a made-up story. Okay, come. Can we end our class by singing the song, okay? Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Longer, because I want to finish all of the lessons, right? The stories, all the chapters, right? Do you all enjoy Nimba Sayyidah Khadijah? You love her? Again, yeah. I need to send your mother, right? Yeah, and your mother also. And yeah, and also the books not ready yet. So inshallah, if Monday is ready, I will text up to the mothers. You all can go and collect the books, okay? Like once it's ready, inshallah. And once I finish writing the novel, right, the story of this girl named Khadijah, whose mother's name is Khadijah, and learning about Sayyidah Khadijah. Three Khadijas in the story, right? And the girl is Khadijah. She's having a lot of problems in life. And her mother is Khadijah, who has passed away, who's trying to teach her about Sayyidah Khadijah. Right? Three Khadijas in the story, mashallah. Okay. Okay, come. Alhamdulillah, we will stop there for the. Okay, anybody online? Let me just unmute themselves, okay? What you all have anything to say? Anything to ask? Children online? Let me see if anybody.
Yes,
Wait, and let me pause.